today we are learning about adding and subtracting integers. We're writing down our rules for adding and subtracting positive and negative numbers. Our rules are same sign, add and keep, and different sign, subtract and take. This applies to absolute value, which we're going to review here in just a second. Does everybody have these written down?
Yes.
You got them? Okay, just another minute to finish copying the rules down. All right, so first let's talk about absolute value, because absolute value is a really important concept when it comes to being able to simplify these. All right, so we see absolute value written with bars on either side of the number. Okay, so go ahead and copy this down. The absolute value of -5. Here's what it's talking about. It wants to know how many units is this away from 0. So it's not a sign. It's not positive or negative. It's just the number by itself. So the absolute value of -5 is just 5. We're not talking about opposite. We're talking about how many units it is away from 0. So the absolute value of a positive number, well, still, how many units is it away from 0? It's just 8. Okay? So last hour I had a lot of people say -8. I'm not looking for opposite, guys. I'm looking for absolute value. Just the number by itself. All right? So write on your papers, what is the absolute value of -12? What is it, Terrio?
12.
It's just 12. All right, now I want you to do these 3. All right. Dylan. What is the absolute value of -10? Not Dylan. Hi. I totally just blanked out. Sorry. There is not even a donut in this class. Whoops. Well, absolute value of -10 is 10. You look like a Dylan to me. Sorry. All right, absolute value of 15. This will be a fun video to watch. Shonda? 15. Very good. Absolute value of -4. What is it? It's 4. Who got them all right? Good job. Good job. Okay, so now let's see how this applies to adding and subtracting numbers with the same sign. Okay, so now let's simplify with the same sign. 5 plus 11. Both of these numbers are what? Positive or negative? They're both positive, so my rule says add and keep. 16. I make $5, I make $11 more dollars. I made 16 total. Positive. What about this one, though? Hold on. Answer it on your papers. -5 minus 2. Anybody know? Caleb? -7. Why? Because it is same sign. Okay, listen. They're both what? Negative. Same sign. Add their absolute value. 5 plus 2 is 7, and keep your negative. Think about it this way. You spend $5. You spend $2 more. How much money are you in the hole? $7. Okay. I wish it worked the other way, and only $3 came out of my bank account, right? But that's not how it works. If I spend 5 and 2 more, I spent 7 total. All right, same sign, add and keep. All right, now I want you to do these 4 problems. Okay, everybody together. What is -10 minus 6? -16. Very good. All right, 12 plus 13? 25. 25, yes, 25. I think sometimes the negatives start messing with our head, and even when we see a simple one, we think, okay, is this a trick question? Like, is this really 25, or am I missing something? What about -12 minus 10?
-22.
And -5 minus 8?
-13.
Who got them all? Awesome. Good job, guys. Okay, so now let's look at simplifying integers with different signs. With different signs. Negative 15 plus 3. Here's my rule. Different signs, subtract the absolute value and take the sign of the greater absolute value number, okay? So 15 is negative, 3 is positive. Does everybody agree it's different signs? So subtract their absolute values. What's 15 minus 3?
Negative 12.
12. Why is my answer negative? 15's bigger. Okay, 15's bigger. Very good. So it's negative 12. Do another one. So 12 minus 14. 12 minus 14. What's it going to be? Negative 2. Different signs. Which one's negative? 14 is negative. We say that's a subtraction sign. It's still negative. You're still taking away. So 12 is positive, 14 is negative. My answer is negative 2. Think about it this way. If you're at 12, what's 12 minus 12? 0. So if you go 2 more, that's negative. Negative 2. All right, what about negative 20 plus 1? 5 minus 10, negative 25 plus 11, and negative 40 plus 5. Okay, negative 20 plus 1.
19.
Negative 19. Why negative?
Because it's just 1.
20 is bigger. Okay, think of it in the whole, you owe money to somebody. You owe them $20. Are they going to accept 1? No, you still owe them 19. Okay? All right, what about 5 minus 10? Yeah, you got it. Okay, what about negative 25 plus 11?
Negative 14.
Negative 40 plus 5?
Negative 35.
Who got them all? Good job, guys. Good job. Now let's talk about double signs. Getting rid of double signs. Okay, negative 4 plus negative 3. Negative 4 plus negative 3. We have this plus a negative. Okay, the plus a negative changes to just a negative. Okay, so anytime you see this double sign, what does it mean to have a double sign? It means that there are two signs with no number in between. The parentheses separate the double sign. I can replace the plus and negative with just a negative. And then I can simplify. I can clearly see that now do I have same sign or different? Same. 4 is negative, 3 is negative, add and keep. Negative 7. Spend 4, spend 3 more, you spent 7. Okay? 10 plus negative 2. I want you to try to rewrite this expression without the double sign, just like I just did, and then solve. Teriel, how did you rewrite it? 10.
10 negative 2.
Very good. 10 minus 2, which is?
Negative 8. Negative 8.
8 or negative 8?
Negative 8. Negative 8. Wait, no, 8. Negative 8. Negative 8.
Very good. It's just 8 because 10's positive. It's bigger. Think about it, guys. Look at it. 10 minus 2. 8.
I got it right, too.
You got $10. You spent 2. You still have $8. All right? Okay, now rewrite this last one. Negative 12 plus negative 8. Rewrite it and simplify. Oh, let's see. Jordan Milligan, how did you rewrite the expression?
How did I rewrite it? I did negative 12 subtracted by 8.
Very good. Minus 8, and what'd you get?
I got negative 20.
Do you agree with him? Yeah! Very good, very good. Okay, so now let's calm down. Now let's do double negatives. A double negative cancels into a positive. I completely replace my double negative with a positive. Wherever I see this double negative, how do I know it's double negative? Because there's two negatives with no number in between. This is not two negative numbers. This is two negative signs in front of the same number. I replace it with a positive, and then I can simplify. What is 4 plus 1? 5. It is 5. I'll leave that arrow there. 4 plus 1 is 5. All right. Now, I want you to do this one. All right, so negative 7 plus 2 is negative 5. Did you get it? Negative 5. The double negative changes to a positive, and now I can see that I have different signs. Subtract and take. Take the sign of the greater absolute value. 7's negative. All right, negative 5 minus 3. Let's see if everybody can get this one. All right, negative 5 plus 3 is
Negative 2.
negative 2. Who got it? Raise your hand if you got it right. Raise your hand if you got it. Okay, very good. Let's do one more. One more. 8 minus negative 4. 8 minus negative 4. All right, double negative changes to a positive. 8 plus 4 is 12. Very good. All right, so now let's look at what if we are simplifying an expression that has more than 2 integers, okay? More than 2. So we have negative 12 plus 5 minus 7 plus 20, okay? So there's going to be 2 steps here, guys. The first step is to rearrange the expression to group your positive and negative numbers together. This is what we call the commutative property, that I can change the order without changing the answer as long as I keep the sign with the term. All right, so which one of these terms are negative?
12.
Negative 12 and negative 7. So I'm going to group them together. Which ones are positive? 5 and 20. So now apply your rules for same sign. Same sign, what do? Add and keep. What's negative 12 minus 7? Don't say it, write it on your paper. Negative 12 minus 7. Think of it on a number line. Or spending money. What is it? Negative 19. What's 5 plus 20? 25. So negative 19 plus 25. Now, do I have same sign or different? Different. So I subtract and keep, or take. Yeah, subtract and take. What do I get? 6. Positive or negative?
Positive.
Why?
25 is bigger.
25 is bigger and it's positive. 25 is bigger and it's positive. Think you can do one?
No.
Oh, you can do it. You can do it. So, first step, group your positives and negatives. Add and keep, and then subtract and take. You got this, guys. You can do it. Got it? Sorry, I forgot to pause it. There's a little bit of dead space in there. Oh well. All right, so combine my negatives, combine my positives. Doesn't matter, if you did your negatives first or positives. We're going to group them together. 30 minus 44 is negative 14. Negative 14. Who got it? Who got it? Raise your hand. Who got it? Okay, one more. All right. Well, okay, maybe not. We'll come back to it. We're running out of time. Okay, so turn on your listening ears. Everybody have their listening ears on? Turn them on. Okay, the highest point I'm just making it up, okay? The highest point in North America is Mount Dora. I don't even know I know that there is a Mount Dora. I'm not sure where it is, okay? It's 25,000 feet above sea level. Write that as an integer. The highest point is 25,000 feet above sea level. Write that number as an integer. The lowest point is is a peninsula off of Florida. We'll say Key West, okay? And it's a peninsula, okay? No, Key West isn't a peninsula. We'll just say it's somewhere off of Florida. Negative 150 feet below sea level. Okay, so the lowest point, actually, let's say it's a cave. It's a cave. Anybody ever gone cave diving? Or what do you call it? Cave
Cave hunting. He walked through a cave.
Walk through a cave.
I've been there.
All right, I'm messing this up. Okay, so the highest point is 25,000 feet above sea level. The lowest point is some cave somewhere in Tennessee. All right, at 150 feet below sea level. So if it's below sea level, it is negative. Here's the question, though. Find the difference in the elevations. Well, what does difference mean? Subtraction. So what sign goes between these two integers?
Subtraction.
So solve. So now solve. We are subtracting. Oh no, what happens? You've got a double negative. What happens? It changes to a positive. And your answer is 25,150 feet. Here's the difference. Guys, here's why. Because I go from negative 150 up to 0. What's the difference there? 150. And then I've got to add the other elevation. So it's the total change in elevation. That's why we end up adding it. All right, this will help you on your worksheet tonight. You have one very similar to this. Now, I need you to put on your listening ears for a minute. Okay? And I need you to write, you're going to write an expression based on what I'm saying. A diver dives to a depth of 90 feet. Then he rises 20 feet. Then he dives another 15 feet. And rises another 30 feet. What is his final depth? What is the final depth of his dive? So I group my negatives and I group my positives. So if he dives 90, then another 15, what is the total for the negative depth? Negative 105. Then he rises 20 and another 30, that's a positive 50. Subtract and take. What's his final depth? Who got it right? Who got it? Very good. Okay, guys. If you understand that, that's everything you need to know for adding and subtracting integers.